Su Zai arrived at East China University, calling Zhang Lurang to see if he had also arrived, and he confirmed he was on his way to his dormitory. Upon arriving at the university, Su Zai met a kind senior, Zi Linen, who correctly guessed her major was English and offered to guide her to the reporting desk. He introduced her to Block C, her dormitory, and the third cafeteria, known as the best on campus, and even joked about dark cuisines like pineapple with cilantro.
When Su Zai inquired about the School of Electrical and Mechanical Engineering dorms, Shi Linen pointed her to Block F, indicating his awareness of Zhang Lurang's location. Inside her dorm, Su Zai greeted her new roommates, Zhang Xiaoxiao, Deng Qun, and Chen Qin. Her roommates expressed envy that Su Zai was escorted by such an excellent senior, while one of them had a senior who only promoted phone cards, and another had to carry her broken luggage alone for half an hour. After settling in, Su Zai excitedly messaged Zhang Lurang, telling him that the path from her dormitory to his formed a heart shape. Zhang Lurang, who was in room 210, was also making friends with his roommates, one of whom discovered they were from the same hometown, Jiangyi. Later, Su Zai went to Zhang Lurang's dormitory building and called him to the balcony, making a heart gesture. When Zhang Lurang's roommates invited him to dinner, he politely declined, stating he already had a date. Su Zai and Zhang Lurang then went to a popular snack bar, where Su Zai expressed her desire to try all the local delicacies with him. During a 10th anniversary photo event at the shop, Su Zai boldly kissed Zhang Lurang, and when asked to write a message, she wrote, "Copy and paste." Explaining it meant she fully endorsed and agreed with his longer, heartfelt message about their special first day. On the bus ride back, Su Zai fell asleep on Zhang Lurang's shoulder. She woke up as he leaned closer and impulsively kissed him, apologizing for taking advantage of him. Zhang Lurang then leaned in and kissed her, playfully telling her he had copy and paste from her. Military training began, and the intense sun and strict instructor proved challenging. Su Zai struggled with marching, moving her same hand and foot together. The instructor, recognizing her difficulty, called Shi Linen, an experienced senior who had overcome the same issue, to help her with special training. Su Zai realized that Zai Linen was the same senior who had helped her on arrival. Zai Linen effectively guided her, earning praise from the instructor for his teaching skills. Zhang Lurang then arrived, interrupting the training to inform the instructor that the chief instructor needed him and subtly handed Su Zai a bottle of water. Shortly after, Shi Linen also offered her water, but Su Zai politely declined. After the strenuous training, an exhausted Su Zai was delighted when Zhang Lurang appeared full of her favorite snacks, and even thoughtful gifts like shoe insoles for her ill-fitting shoes. Back in her dorm, Su Zai's roommates were discussing photos from the military training, excitedly proclaiming a new student from the School of Electrical and Mechanical Engineering as the next campus heartthrob. Su Zai realized they were talking about Zhang Lurang and was about to reveal their relationship. But before she could, a roommate challenged everyone, promising a month's supply of milk tea to anyone who could take down Zhang Lurang. Su Zai eagerly accepted, requesting strawberry milk tea, though her roommates found her ambition amusing and highly unlikely to succeed. Su Zai's bold approach quickly yielded visible results, and her close interactions with Zhang Lurang caught her roommates' attention. The truth about their prior relationship eventually came out during an encounter at a kiosk where a high school classmate of theirs unexpectedly recognized them. Feeling deceived, Su Zai's roommates demanded to know how she and Zhang Lurang met and got together. Su Zai and Zhang Lurang then recounted their story, starting from their first meeting in high school at a kiosk in the rain. When pressed for details about who pursued whom, Zhang Lurang admitted he had made many hints and confessions to win her over. Su Zai's roommate, Deng Qun, observed that Zhang Lurang, despite being able to reject others, simply couldn't resist Su Zai's passionate love for him. Later, Su Zai attended her first club activity, only to discover that Shi Linen was the president of the new media department. The department was busy rushing to complete a promotional video for the university website, and Su Zai offered her help, using Photoshop to refine the cover's font. Excited by the fulfilling work, she texted Zhang Lurang about her experience. The next day, Su Zai, having a seminar followed by 2 advanced English classes, asked Zhang Lurang to save her a seat in room 302. During the class roll call, when the professor called Su Zai, both Zhang Lurang and Shi Linen answered simultaneously. The professor, noting Su Zai was a girl, marked her absent. Afterwards, Su Zai texted Zhang Lurang, upset about being marked absent. She teased him about feeling a crisis. Now that Shi Linen, the new media department president, who also took her to her dorm on the first day, was also present. She playfully asked Zhang Lurang to accompany her to classes, supervising her so no other guy would target his cute girlfriend, to which he playfully admitted he was afraid. Zhang Lurang realized he had left his USB drive, which contained his project presentation, in Su Zai's bag. Su Zai, who happened to be free, offered to bring it to him, hinting at a surprise stored on it. During his presentation, after playing a clip from The Shawshank Redemption, Su Zai's personal video automatically played. It showed her expressing her affection for Zhang Lurang, telling him she liked him. A little more today than yesterday. Su Zai was mortified, with blushing profusely and wondering how she could ever face anyone again, convinced the entire campus would know. Zhang Lurang, however, found her embarrassment cute. Later, her roommates teased her about becoming famous across the university for playing a romantic documentary in public. Su Zai insisted it was an accident, but when they questioned Zhang Lurang about why he didn't stop the video, he simply claimed he was slow to respond.
The new media department organizes a gathering at a local restaurant. Su Zai's roommate reveals that department president Xie Linan had given her medicine for Su Zai's sore throat a few days prior, making Su Zai realize his concern for her might be more than platonic. During a game of truth or dare, at the gathering, Xie Linan is asked if he likes anyone. He glances at Su Zai and admits he does, but quickly deflects further questions, leaving his feelings unspoken. Meanwhile, Zhang Lurang waits anxiously in his dorm until he receives a message from Su Zai. "I'm done. Come pick up your girlfriend." He immediately rushes out, much to the amusement of his roommates, who joke that he's far too eager for someone just picking up takeout. Outside the restaurant, Xie Linan offers to walk Su Zai home, but she declines, explaining her boyfriend is on his way. Xie insists on waiting with her and asks if her boyfriend is the one who answered roll call for her. Su Zai confirms this and happily describes Zhang Lurang as the person she fell for at first sight and the best person in the world. She is subtly conveying her deep affection and commitment, and Xie Linan understands, remarking that after hearing her praise, he has no regrets. Zhang Lurang calls out to Su Zai, and she joyfully runs to him after saying goodbye to a pensive Xie Linan. A little jealous, Zhang Lurang asks what she and Xie Linan were discussing. Su Zai reassures him they were talking about him, and how he's the best person in the world. Seeing he's still sulking, she playfully calls herself the most generous landlady for letting him live in her heart for so long. Moved, Zhang Lurang pulls her into a kiss, declaring that he's paying rent. The student union's new media department is tasked with organizing a performance for the New Year's Eve party. The job falls to Zhu Miao, who remembers seeing a video of Zhang Lurang's high school drama performance and suggests they work together. Though reluctant, Zhang Lurang agrees. Zhu Miao, however, intends to use the opportunity to get closer to him. Later, she keeps Zhang Lurang late to discuss the program, causing him to miss his dinner plans with Su Zai, who senses an underlying tension when she arrives to meet him. Su Zai's roommates discover posts on Zhu Miao's social media, including a photo of her with Zhang Lurang. Su Zai clarifies that it's a group photo from their department that Zhu Miao has cropped to look like a private picture. Seeing Zhu Miao post more misleading content, Su Zai confronts her during lunch, asking her to delete the photos. Zhu Miao feigns innocence and apologizes, but later shows up to a department meeting with red, teary eyes. Her roommate then confronts Zhang Lurang, accusing Su Zai of bullying Zhu Miao. However, Zhang Lurang shows his unwavering trust in Su Zai by brushing off the accusation and simply asking if the photos have been deleted. To assert her claim, Su Zai dresses up and intercepts Zhang Lurang and Zhu Miao on their way back to the dorm. After confidently taking her place beside Zhang Lurang, Zhu Miao pretends to sprain her ankle for sympathy. Su Zai immediately counters by dramatically collapsing into Zhang Lurang's arms, outplaying her. Frustrated and defeated, Zhu Miao limps away. Later, Zhang Lurang changes his social media profile picture to a photo of Su Zai, making a public declaration of their relationship. As winter break begins, the couple travels back to their hometown, Jiangyi. Their farewell hug outside Su Zai's house is witnessed by her parents. Initially ready to scold her for dating secretly, they are overjoyed when they realize her boyfriend is Zhang Lurang, whom they hold in high regard. The next day, Su Zai visits Zhang Lurang's uncle, Mr. Lin, who is also his high school math teacher. Mr. Lin jokes about Zhang Lurang's past performance in his class, but affectionately notes how much he has changed for the better since meeting Su Zai. He describes the old Zhang Lurang as quiet and reserved, but sensible beyond his years, and thanks Su Zai for bringing him out of his shell. Su Zai reflects that her mother always advised her to find a quiet boyfriend, concluding that her relationship with Zhang Lurang feels like destiny. If you love the story, subscribe for the next episode.